Welcome to this explainer. Step right into the tactical war room with me because today we're acting as your professional cricket analysts. We are breaking down the absolute biggest clash of the IPL season so far, Qualifier 1. We've got the Royal Challengers Bengaluru taking on the Gujarat Titans. Now, as we all know, in playoff cricket, talent gets you to the stadium, but strategy and execution, that's what actually wins you the trophy. Today, we're looking strictly at the data, the conditions, and the tactical blueprints both of these heavyweights bring to the table. Let's get right into the briefing.
But before we get into the really granular tactics, we've got to acknowledge the elephant in the room, the stakes here. The winner of this single match goes directly to the final. No second chances needed, no extra matches to play. It is a direct ticket to the championship game. The pressure on both of these franchises right now is absolutely immense. I mean, both teams are feeling the weight of those massive expectations, but the team that can block out that noise and stick to their strategic blueprint, that's the one that's going to secure that spot in the final.
Okay, let's dive into this, starting with Section 1, Pitch and Conditions, where we analyze the surface.
We're starting from the ground up because this pitch, it literally has two distinct faces. The data suggests this is generally a pretty batting-friendly pitch, but it's really a tale of two phases. Think about Phase 1, the starting overs. That hard new ball is going to be incredibly dangerous. Fast bowlers are going to extract early swing in the air and seam movement right off the pitch. Batters are going to be thoroughly tested, but if a batting side can just grit their teeth and survive that volatile power play, we move right into Phase 2. Post-power play, once the ball loses its initial shine and hardness, the pitch flattens out beautifully into a real batting paradise. So if you survive Phase 1, massive totals are absolutely on the cards.
And because of those really unique pitch dynamics, it brings us to the ultimate tactical dilemma. Both captains are currently agonizing over this exact question. Do you bat first or do you bowl first? It sounds simple, right? But getting this coin toss strategy right can drastically shift the win probability before the very first ball is even delivered.
To figure that out, we have to factor in the dew. Since this is a night match, moisture is inevitably going to settle. The smartest play today, for sure, is bowling first. A wet ball skids on, which really aids the chase. But more importantly, it acts as absolute kryptonite to the spinners. It completely neutralizes their grip and their threat in the second innings.
Right, let's shift focus to the teams themselves, with Section 2, RCB's tactical game plan.
Let's look at Royal Challengers Bengaluru. Their path to the final relies on executing a very specific checklist. Number 1, Virat Kohli has to be the anchor through that dangerous Phase 1 we just talked about. He must protect his wicket through the swinging power play while still keeping up an aggressive run rate. If he manages that, we move to point 2, the middle overs. RCB's batting lineup absolutely must relentlessly attack the opposition's spin bowling to keep that momentum going. And finally, on the defensive side, their bowlers have one primary directive. They must dismiss Shubman Gill early at all costs. Seriously, they cannot let him get his eye in.
Now, pivoting over to the other dugout, we have Section 3, GT's winning blueprint.
You see, the Gujarat Titans know exactly what RCB is planning. Their strategy is heavily predicated on stability and really capitalizing on the middle phase of the game. First up, they desperately need a highly stable opening partnership. They want to blunt that dangerous new ball without losing wickets. And that stability relies entirely on Shubman Gill and Sai Sudarshan getting set. If those two weather the early storm, they instantly transfer all the pressure right back onto RCB. And once that foundation is laid, it sets the stage perfectly for Rashid Khan. GT plans to deploy him as their ultimate middle overs game changer. They are relying on his world-class spin to completely disrupt RCB's middle order momentum.
Now, what's really interesting about this matchup brings us to Section 4, crucial head-to-head battles.
A match of this magnitude is so often decided by individual collisions. These are the two explosive micro-battles that could dictate the entire match in a heartbeat. First, we have the master versus the spinner, Virat Kohli facing off against Rashid Khan in those middle overs. We know RCB needs to attack spin, but Rashid Khan is GT's primary weapon. Whoever blinks first here completely changes the trajectory of the first innings. And then we have the anchor versus the pacer, Shubman Gill against Josh Hazlewood. RCB's absolute mandate is to get Gill out early, and Hazlewood, armed with that new swinging ball, is their best bet to do it. Honestly, these two matchups alone are worth the price of admission.
But you know, ultimately, we can analyze pitch data, dew factors, and tactical matchups all day long. But there's a brilliant quote from our source material that perfectly summarizes this whole situation. It is not just a game of talent, it is a game of handling pressure. One small mistake can flip the entire match, and that just hits the nail on the head.
Playoff cricket is a completely different beast. When that stadium is roaring and a spot in the finals on the line, tactics can so easily go right out the window. The team that executes their blueprint while managing the immense psychological weight of Qualifier 1, that is the team that will emerge victorious.
And that brings us to the ultimate question, and I really want to hear from you. We've laid out the pitch conditions, the threat of the dew, the meticulous game plans for both sides, and those key individual battles. So, based on this tactical briefing, who do you think is going to hold their nerve? Who will win Qualifier 1, the Royal Challengers Bengaluru or the Gujarat Titans? Let us know what you think, drop your tactical predictions, and let's see whose analysis holds up under the lights. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and enjoy what promises to be an absolute classic of a match.